She humiliated my career at her office party. That night, I shattered our engagement. The laughter hit me first. Not the kind that warms a room. No, it cut. Sharp. Precise. I was standing against the far wall, half hidden by dim light and half forgotten among her colleagues. The glass in my hand had warmed, untouched. I heard her voice rise above the crowd, loud, commanding. Then the words, clear, deliberate. I was standing against the far wall, half hidden by dim light and half forgotten among her colleagues. The glass in my hand had warmed, untouched. I heard her voice rise above the crowd, loud, commanding. Then the words, clear, deliberate. She named me. She told a story twisted, bent, and broken, until the man she described wasn't me at all, but a shadow, a fool. His big idea. Oh, you should have seen it, she said, laughter breaking into her wineglass. If he ever ran a company, we'd all go bankrupt. The room roared. My chest stayed still. My eyes didn't move. Inside, something tore open, quietly, surgically. I didn't interrupt. I didn't defend. I only watched her laugh at me, in front of them, the woman I was supposed to marry. That was the moment. The precise second the engagement ring on her finger became nothing more than a glittering lie. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't leave. I stood. And I memorized every smile aimed at my expense. The silence inside me was not weakness. It was preparation. I'd trusted her with my career, my insecurities, the doubts I confessed at night when the room was too dark to hide in. She'd touched my face, whispered promises, and told me I was brilliant. And now she weaponized it, turned those secrets into cheap entertainment. The betrayal wasn't the words alone, it was the intention, the performance. She wanted to stand taller, even if it meant cutting me down in front of the very people who would one day decide my future. Her colleagues weren't strangers. They were board members, investors, the same people I had spent months trying to impress. She knew it. She knew the weight of their laughter, and she let it fall on me. I replayed her smile in my mind, dissecting it. It wasn't drunken thoughtlessness. It was deliberate. She wanted admiration, even if it meant turning me into a punchline. I could have confronted her there, stopped the show. But why end it early when humiliation has such a long aftertaste? That night, while she basked in their applause, I let silence wrap around me like armor. My mind, cold and calculating, began stitching every thread together. After the party, she kissed me in the car, as if nothing had happened. Her lips sweet with wine, her laugh still warm. I smiled back, a mask, perfectly fitted. But inside, every detail was being filed, recorded, analyzed. I watched the way she scrolled through her phone, the way she hid certain messages with a swift flick of her thumb. A performance within a performance. Her humiliation wasn't isolated, it was layered, connected to something deeper. So I started small. I checked her emails, carefully, never leaving a trace. I noticed the recurring name of a senior partner, one she insisted was just a mentor. The same man who clapped loudest at her jokes that night. I followed the trails, late meetings, hotel receipts, calls that ended the second I walked into the room. She had been rehearsing her betrayal for longer than I'd realized. The party wasn't just about me, it was about them. My career was collateral damage in her climb upward. And I had been a prop. Externally, nothing changed. I still touched her hand at dinner, still nodded when she spoke, still played the role of devoted fiancé. Internally, I was building a case, not for the law, not for a court, for something quieter, deadlier, the kind of verdict that leaves no appeal. The truth came to me not with a scream, but with a whisper. An envelope slipped under my office door. No name, no explanation. Inside, photographs. Hotel rooms. Her. Him. I studied them carefully. Not a flicker of emotion on my face. Just stillness. Confirmation of what I already knew. That night, I walked into our apartment. She sat on the couch, legs tucked under her, scrolling her phone. She looked up. I placed the envelope on the table. No words. She opened it. Her face drained. The phone slid from her hand. Where did you... I didn't answer. I only met her eyes, cold and steady. Her voice cracked. Her hands trembled. She tried to explain, to deny, to soften, but I stayed silent. My silence was the blade, and in that silence, she broke. I reached into my pocket, pulled out the ring I had once chosen with care. I set it down beside the photographs. The diamond caught the light, cold, lifeless. "You wanted an audience," I said finally, my voice low, deliberate. "Now you have one." Her lips parted. No words came. I stood, walked to the door, my footsteps slow, controlled. Every second stretched like a wire about to snap. She called after me, desperate now, begging, pleading. The same voice that once whispered promises now shattered against my indifference. I didn't turn back. Because the greatest revenge is not rage, it is restraint. It is the quiet refusal to play the part she wrote for me. I walked into the night. The city lights cold, distant. My chest no longer heavy. She had humiliated me in front of her world, but I had ended her world in silence. She had no stage left, no audience, only herself and the ruins she built with her own hands. The engagement was shattered, my career untouched, my dignity intact, and her laughter, that cruel, echoing laughter, was silenced. Forever. I didn't need to raise my voice to destroy her. Silence was enough.